Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Devil's Advocate Trades Edition on our segments Hard Hat and Hard Truth with myself. And good morning, Michael.
Morning, Lisa. How are you today?
I'm good. So we shit the bed and we forgot to record so that we could post today because it's supposed to be coming out Thursday and we are Thursday today. But Michael has managed to whip himself into a tizzy and then he needed to sleep. And then I was
Rest.
busy.
Yeah.
And then now Michael's outside enjoying the lovely weather and I get to look at him outside while I'm stuck in my fucking office.
Yeah. Well, remember we were talking about burnout the last episode. So that was burnout. That was, 2 hours of sleep in 3 days. And that was, I don't call it burnout, but definitely much needed rest.
It was burnout.
It was just sleep.
But you burnt the candle at both ends. So you burned yourself out differently. You burned yourself out physically.
Physically. Yeah. Physically, I was done. I could not keep my eyes open any longer. That was it.
I know. Well, you texted me because I was like, listen, I've got all this shit I got to do. So hopefully we might have to do the podcast from my truck or whatever. And you were like, sure, sounds good. And then I get this text message. I'm just going to go catch a couple of Z's. I might need a call. And I'm like, I was like, you know what? Just let him sleep.
It'll be a lot of coffee today. This is like fourth cup already, and it's still not quite getting there.
I think it's one of those difficult things. So my last podcast I just dropped on Wednesday because we did the burnout one the last week. And then I ended up having a great conversation with a property manager. And we talked about burnout. She wants to come back on and talk. We want to get further into that and like the different things that go on because, as you know, I work in the condo world and it's peopling and it's hard.
Mm-hmm. That's Carrie,
burnout
right?
is very high in industries that are peopling.
That's Carrie, right?
Yeah, it's Carrie.
Yeah.
That
was a great podcast, by the way.
Did you listen to it?
I did. Well, most of it. I'd say probably about 60, 70%.
Okay. Well, it's like I said, anything that's heavy people forward facing, high burnout. You're dealing with so much energy. You're dealing with different personalities. You're dealing with conflict consistently on some level.
Uh-huh.
It's hard. Like if you are in a highly people forward facing business, you almost have to have psychology courses, HR courses, and conflict resolution courses.
Yep.
You do. And I have them all. And I'm going to tell you that they are worth every penny.
I believe it. I have none. But growing up in a huge family, like 11 kids, you learn that pretty quick.
Yeah, but that's different. Don't get me wrong.
I agree.
Like for me, I look at it like this. When you have a really big family, there's a lot of things you learn far more than a people who come from like one sibling, two sibling, or no sibling.
Yep.
And you can usually pick out the ones that have no siblings.
Yes. Yeah, pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. Those ones you can pick out pretty quickly. I have two brothers. And then I have two of my own. But my brother has one. He's got one son. But I will tell you, I don't get the vibe that he's an only child. I think that if I was his age, I might get the vibe. But as his aunt and how I don't see him as often, but his parents are pretty well-rounded. So they're not like, they spoiled in different ways. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if he's fucked up, it's because of my brother. I'm just going to say that. My brother mauls the shit out of him. We maul our kids. Like my son is so funny. Like I can, because boys are like, you're a guy. You don't want your mother fucking smothering you in front of all your friends. So I'm pretty good. I'm pretty cool about it. Like when I dropped him off at his track meet yesterday.
Yep.
Over by McMahon Stadium in Alberta and in Calgary. And I fist bump him when he's with all of his guy friends. I'll just see you later, bud. See you later, bud. Because if I smother him in front of his guy friends, like he'll get right unruly. He'll be like, "You're annoying. What's wrong with you?" And then I'll be like, "Listen, now I have to fight you because you're talking shit."
Do you ever do that? You're like, "Hello, my little lovely," like just to throw some wrench in the gears.
I call him Babe all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've always called my son Babe or Baby, or I have nicknames for him. And I did it once when he was, I don't know. I think he was like 11 11. And
Okay.
he was in his school, and I slipped and called him his nickname that I only call him at home.
Right. They're
Yeah.
like, what? What do you mean,
Yeah,
babe?
I got
Mm.
crazy eyes.
Oh, yeah, I
Like,
would
did you
imagine.
just
Yeah.
Well, because it's a really fucking weird name. Like, you know what I mean? It's like your parents
It's a
give you
weird one
nicknames,
for a
right?
son. Yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah, I know.
I guess
Have
that's
you
something
heard
I've
me
always
say it,
used.
right?
I have heard you say it, and I still go, every time.
There's the one that you hate when I call him Pee-Pee. You hate that
Yeah,
one.
that's really weird. That's really
Yeah,
weird for me.
I
Yeah.
call him Pee-Pee. I have since he's little. Just call him
Mm.
Little Pee-Pee.
That's even worse. It's even worse. Like, the moment you said it, did you not hear it go, the fuck am I saying?
Mm-mm.
No?
No, because I have so much love for him, and it's said out of love that I just don't my brain doesn't go there.
Fair. That's fair, I guess. I guess.
Yeah, like, my daughter, like, I'm one of those parents that has, just an infinite amount of nicknames.
Yep.
So when I was younger, like, when I was a babe, my mom would call me Lillian or Lily
Got it.
or Lil. She calls me Lil as an adult, usually, Lil, and nobody else is allowed to say that shit.
Oh,
Like,
now I gotta
nobody.
start busting it out.
'Cause, like, if
Just
you
to get
bust
into
out
your
Lil,
gears.
you'll get a dirty look,
I'll
and
get the dirty look.
usually I'll get pissed off. I'm like, "Listen here."
So just leave that in the comments. Leave that in the comments.
Yeah, don't. But, I mean, it's one of those things where it's only your parents can call you that. It's like, I'm the only one that can call my brother Mikey.
Right.
We grew up together. There's very few and far between people that call me Lise. And
Mm,
if you call me Lise, like, you're fine. But, like, if someone that just met me calls me Lise, I'm
mm,
kind of like, it's Lisa.
Lisa.
Like, no.
I get that a lot too. I'll introduce myself as Michael, and people go, "Nice to meet you, Mike," and I'm like, "Not what I said.
hmm
Not what I said. I don't. Were you not listening?"
Well, people just assume, and we
Mm,
all know what happens when you assume.
Sure do.
Right? But people just assume you're introducing yourself as Michael, but you want to go by Mike. And I'm like, if I wanted to go by Mike, I would introduce myself as Mike,
That's right.
you
Yep.
know? And so that's where, and I agree with like that type of thing. But yeah, no, my son has got a really fucking weird pet name outside of Pee Pee.
Another one. Oh God.
There is. It's fucking weird. And I don't know where it came from. I'm not gonna, it's really fucking weird.
Don't even
It's
say it.
really,
Don't even say it. Don't even say it. Just leave it. Leave it for guesswork.
no one will guess it.
Otherwise, he's
Unless
gonna
you
kill
know
you.
me, no one will
Yeah,
guess it.
he's gonna kill you if you
So
say it.
you've heard me say it. I call Jocelyn Sauce or Jossie or Missy Pants.
Missy pants.
Missy Pants. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. There's
Different
all
strokes, different
kinds.
folks. Yep.
I've had all kinds of names. Susie. Called her Susie when she was little. Little Seuss.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a
Uh,
chopped up version of the name,
yeah.
but still, it's close. It's not completely off.
No. No. But I usually call her Saucy Jossie, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That
So
works.
that's what she,
That works.
yeah. So she gets called Saucy.
Mm,
I'll just like in the middle of like the mall, I'm like, Sauce.
mm.
And she
I will
turns
say though,
around
she's
and
not
she's,
she's not really saucy though. I mean, I'm sure she can be with you, but based on anything I've ever heard her interacted with, she's a kid who's
but she
definitely got
likes you. That's
her head on her
different.
shoulders. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she's a super smart kid, and she's like, I mean, I gotta be honest, like, people are always like, "Oh my god, when you're raising a teenage girl," it's like, I don't have that problem.
No.
My taste of my own medicine is my kid, like my son.
Right.
That's me and Ty, it's like but we have such a close relationship too. Like, he
Yep.
tells me everything. I'm
Yep.
like, "Are you
There
dating anybody?" He's like, "No, mama, you'd know." I'm like, "I
you-
better."
They've got good heads on their shoulders. I'll tell you that.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Michael. They're good kids, but yeah, Joss, I don't have any real problems with. There's been problems,
But that's
but
life.
it is what it is. So, but anyway, talked about burnout.
Well,
Carrie was a really great guest to come on. Then you burnt out.
I actually did burn out. Yeah. Yeah. Physically. Physically.
I haven't burnt out yet. I'm still waiting on hearing because as you and I were talking, there was some wins in walking into some potential proposals, and so I'm just waiting on the feedback for those proposals.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm just
Nice.
waiting on the feedback. I know there was an AGM for one of the boards, and so we'll see what they have to come back and say. But
Yep.
yeah, I I also get worried because this is my first year where I'm on a committee for like I haven't been on boards for a long time, and so I joined the ACMA board, and then
Mm,
you're part of that realm with us because
yep.
I brought you to ACMA, and ACMA said yes, rah rah zispumba, and you're very well received by the board of directors for ACMA.
I will
Um,
say their level of professionalism is way higher than a lot of the other nonprofits I do work with. Like how they handle their minutes, how they communicate with each other is really, really on point.
oh, thank you. I
Mm.
appreciate you saying that. I know we all work hard. Well, some more than others. It is a
Well, that's
board,
everywhere
Michael.
though, right? That's
It's an
everywhere,
80/20
right?
rule.
Yeah. Everybody's got their different days, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's again life.
Yeah. For the most part, anyone, if you ask anybody on the board who does the majority of the work, it would be me.
Yep.
So, but I'm quick on the computer,
Yep.
right? So I'm like super fat, and that's kind of my day job is to be really efficient
Mhm.
and like a quick turnaround, quick execution.
Yep.
So it's kind of what I do.
That's
So yeah, but so
inherent to the
you were well
position.
received, and then now I'm doing the ACR. And
Mhm.
so the ACR, as you know, is the Alberta Condo and Real Estate Conference. And then we've kind of gone head to head with ACC, which is CCI's Alberta Condominium Conference.
Right.
Um, and I'll be honest with you, between you and I feel like the vendors, like they feel like they have to pick a side. It's almost like I feel like we're in Mean Girls, and like one is like, you can't sit with us at
Right.
a table.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's like and I feel like as a vendor, like as a consultant slash vendor, I'm like, I don't I'm not that person that would tell people where to spend their fucking money. Do you know what I mean?
Right. If
Like
it's
I'm
for the
just
betterment of
not that person.
industry though, why compete?
But that's kind of how I look, but I feel like there's a competition in it because
Mm.
it is like I mean there's three conferences now inside of Alberta between Edmonton and Calgary, and it's not really fair that they all don't get the exposure that they should. Now here's the thing. CCI, I'm a professional member with them, and they bring so much value to industry for boards. But
Mm.
then I started to kind of hear that they were creeping into the property management or sorry, condo management lane.
Right.
And I'm not going to lie to you. There's a part of me that I was like, get in your fucking lane. Like that's ACMA.
Right.
ACMA does that. ACMA deals with the professional side. Do not become a fucking Costco or a Walmart. Stay driven to the boards because that's where you guys excel. And they do like they've got so many resources. It's like a national association, you know what I mean? And so I've been a member with them since 2019,
Long
2020.
time. Yep.
Yeah. So and I've known of them since I became a property manager. Um and when I became a when I well actually before I became a property manager, when I was a condo owner, I knew about CCI because they are heavily in the board side. They
Right.
teach condo boards and they help educate all these different, and then they help educate people inside of industry as well, like just in different areas. They're not
Mhm.
hyper focused on like the bringing people in from different industries to teach. They're more hyper focused on the boards, right? So people that are becoming board members, so they can learn
Right.
all the different things. They're invited to luncheons. Like CCI is fucking super well organized. I'm not going to sit here and trash them by any stretch. They're a super well organized association.
Yep.
I get really kind of a little bit prickly when I start thinking like I don't think it's right for ACMA to deal with boards, and I don't think it's right for CCI to deal with managers.
I'm surprised there's never been more of a collaborative effort there. Where to be like, listen,
There
if you're really good
was.
at this and we're really good at this, why are we not cross pollinating and promoting each other to make this space
We
better?
were last year. They pulled out last year. So we did ACR and they were part of our ACR, and now they've pulled out and want to do their own thing.
It's interesting.
It's crazy. It's crazy because the two associations should be cross-pollinating at all times.
Is CCI also a nonprofit?
I want to say yes. but I
Well, I
don't
mean,
know
that's a worthwhile
because
thing to
they
look
have
up
a
because I might
lot of
understand the
money.
pivot, right?
They have a lot of money because they have a lot of big name vendors.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say they're a non-for-profit for sure.
Okay.
You guys have one in Ontario. They're like across, like they're national.
Okay.
Hmm.
Which we know the condo situation in Ontario is trash.
Oh, it's the Wild
Just
West.
trash.
You know
Wild
what
West.
though? So I talked to ACMO.
Mm,
So that's your guys's, right?
yeah.
So, and just so you know, you guys have a really fucking amazing board. Like
Do
I
it.
talked to the president and I talked to the VP, like wicked people. So smart in condo,
Mm,
understands the condominium landscape for their region.
okay.
Um, and they're killing it. Like they're killing it for just education and bringing managers together. But there's a lot of there's a lot of people that tell me like with the tribunal, like we talked to ACMO about the tribunals because they're trying to do that here in Alberta to
Right.
do the tribunals, and I think it's such a money grab.
Yep.
Such a
Totally
money
agree.
grab.
Although it does force people to pony up some money. If you think you're right, pony up some money first. I just think the amount of money is ridiculous.
Oh, see, so you guys are different. In Ontario, you guys have to pony up more money if you guys want to go through with it, and then a
Yeah.
small amount like throughout the year. Okay.
Right.
Alberta and its greedy little pockets are saying anything titled is $7. So if you're titled parking, if you have titled storage, if you have, it doesn't matter. So your unit is auto $7 a month. I think it's something like that. Something crazy, or even if it's $7 a year, I don't care because it's still
Yeah.
seven. And I'm like, if Ontario's one and we're seven, like I think it's a month. But anyway,
Yeah.
so it's $7. But then what happens to the people that are downtown Calgary or downtown Edmonton and they've got 3 titled parking stalls? So they paid to title those stalls so that they're theirs. Now it's $7 each.
Crazy.
That's insane. And then it's like $150 a unit to file, or if $150 a pop to file. And it's money, 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 money. And I'm just like, that's, and then they're like, it's not totally clear, but they're talking about how they're gonna bring in how like basically the way it's looking is that managers are gonna have to collect this money because it's on the unit factor, not
What?
on their. And I'm like, if you're going after titles, then put it onto their
Yeah.
like in my brain, it makes if you're gonna go after titles, then put it onto their property
Yeah.
title.
Yeah. But it's quickly seeming like ownership is becoming more of a rental situation
Yeah,
where everything's just pay, 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 pay. Where's the ownership? If you
yeah,
constantly have to pay, that's rental. It's
yeah,
not ownership.
yeah. Well, that's it, right? And it's just I don't know, it's gross for me. I don't like the idea of sorry, anybody, you know, having to pay so much money on things that the whole reason why they did it was so that they didn't have to fight for parking, they didn't have to pay additional costs. They bought it. They
Right.
bought it.
Own it.
They own that piece of property,
Yeah.
right? They have to maintain it. They have to pay in to maintain it. It's like, "Oh, there's a problem in my concrete stall." Okay, well, you titled it.
Right.
Better get somebody out there. If there's a problem with the whole parkade, you'll be conjoined into that.
Yeah. How would that work if you have a problem just in your one stall? So say, for example, there's like an oil leak which causes damage to the concrete inside of underground parking, but you've now titled it. Does that mean everybody's co-paying for that work or just you? Like, how does that work? How does that break down?
So usually when you have titled stalls, majority of the time, the entire lot is titled, which means
Okay.
that all the owners have to contribute into that if they have to do the whole parkade. If it's one stall, it's owner issue.
That's messed up.
So and then it depends like what we're talking about. Is it aesthetics? Is it surface or is it underneath?
Right.
Because then it's court problem, right? The further deep you go, like the further the penetration of it is more of a corporation problem.
Right.
But if I'm being honest, I haven't had to deal with that. So
Okay.
I don't know if the laws have completely changed around that, but I know that for the most part, anything that once it gets to a certain area and once it gets to a certain problem type, like a deeper problem, and there's multiple area affected, it becomes a corporation issue when we've got titled stalls.
Right. Because I know a lot of the condo agreements that I've seen and had to deal with are always at the paint, right? So at the paint, at the surface, right? Everything else is the corporation's problem.
Well, and a lot of times that's how it is because when you have a building, you have a reserve fund study and it talks about your concrete pads, right? Talks about your garages and whatnot. So they're already paying into it. If the stall is titled, it's basically their way of saying I own this stall and it's mine, but they're still paying the same condo fees, if not more, because their unit factors would have gone up. So they'll actually be paying more for their titled stall in
Right.
regards to the condo fee itself. Sometimes that happens as well, right?
Right.
Because you have a larger unit factor. I don't know, it's all fucking money at the end of the day. And as far
It's
as
all
I'm
money.
concerned, when people want to buy things, I don't think that they should be charged on top of charged on top of charged.
No, and not
And how many
monthly,
of these people are going to
annual,
fucking
over and
use the
over and over.
tribunal?
No
Sorry,
one.
go ahead.
No one. No one's gonna use it. But going back to that, it's just like it's just money on top of money on top of money where it feels like a rental. It doesn't feel like ownership. For a little
Agreed.
slot in the sky, right? That
Yeah.
doesn't really exist. And you're just paying, 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 paying.
But it seems like it's like that with everything these days. Do you notice that?
Yep. Yeah, across the board. Everybody wants their monthly fees, right? I work in tech. Everybody wants monthly fees. I don't do monthly fees ever because I think it's stupid. Pay, result, next.
I don't understand. Like, I just feel like in our society,
Mm.
it's just, if it's not additional taxes, it's some new fucking, this is going to help you in the long run fucking narrative.
Right. Sure it
Is
is.
it?
Sure it
Because it's
is.
not helping me now. How
Yep.
about you bring down gas? How about you bring down groceries? How about you cap fucking housing prices? How about you cap fucking rental prices? How about you fucking have better childcare? And when the federal government does get involved in Alberta and they do things for Alberta, and then the provincial government fucking kiboshes it, I want to choke the shit out of them. I'm not
It
even gonna
goes
lie.
both ways. It goes both ways. Like,
Yeah. But a lot of times Alberta is getting additional funding like every other fucking province from the feds, and Alberta's like, "Oh, we're going to keep that money." Like the province is like, "We're going to keep that money. We're not giving it to you."
uh,
It's been released by the feds to give our citizens, but they're all like, "Oh, no, we're going to keep that." And I'm like, "How
it
about
wasn't
you?"
it the same thing that happened in Ontario too, where they decided to keep like sitting on like $8 million or $1 billion or whatever, some crazy high number, and you're like, but why don't you actually put that money in action? Like I
And
just feel like politicians would be the worst business owners ever. They would all be
we
broke
had this
and
conversation.
homeless.
It's like they flunked out of fucking entrepreneurial school.
Right. Like, just like, I think you should have to have a certain amount of business experience with success in order to be a politician.
Hmm.
You can't just float and be a politician and that's it. Because it doesn't seem like they know anything. And they're all getting so friggin' old. They don't even know what society's like anymore. They've just been career politicians for 30, 40, 50 years. And you're like, you don't even have a pulse anymore, let alone a pulse for the people out there.
It's overly frustrating in general just to pay attention to the politicians. I mean, like, is your politician, your guy out there is fucking Doug Ford there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
His brother
And
wasn't
mine's
bad. At
Danielle
least he was
Smith. Do you know what they have in
crazy. And
common? What's that?
I don't know. I don't know. His brother wasn't that bad. His brother was crazy, but did at least some good stuff.
I remember his brother. So
You
what
know, and
does
I like,
Danielle Smith and Doug Ford have in common?
I don't know, same party. That's about it.
There you go. Both conservative.
But
Where do you
you
fit
know what
on that
everyone, you
fucking
know what
scale,
everyone
Michael?
will say about Ford? You know what everybody will say about Ford? He's a liberal. He is a
He's
liberal. He is a liberal. As far as I'm concerned, everything that he's backed, he's been a liberal. And I don't really care. I mean, I voted liberal, I voted conservative. I've never
I know.
voted NDP because they're supported by the union, so I can't do that. No fault of unions, just not my jam,
Hmm. That's fair.
right? But it's just like I mean, I love Jean Chrétien. He was friggin' awesome.
I know. Jean Chrétien.
Love that guy.
He's pretty funny. He actually is making comments about everything that's going on inside of Canada and in Alberta. Have you read some of his comments? He's fucking hilarious.
I have not. I mean, there's been a couple other former liberals that have spoken up about the problems with current politics as a whole. It's funny to see like a lot of the older politicians actually starting to comment on this. That's when you know you've really gone astray. is when other politicians are commenting about their own parties that they used to be in, and they're like, "This is a problem."
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's an issue.
Yeah. But, you know, if I'm being honest, I believe that all politicians in the beginning come in with the best of intentions and then they're bought out.
Oh yeah, yeah. Was it five? I think we talked about it before about 550, 600 people. That's all it takes to buy all politics.
Yeah. You just need to be a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. If you're like, if you got 100 million in the bank, you could buy parliament.
Right. I think they're for sale. I don't know. I just maybe it's that old saying, like we used to think politicians were better and they wouldn't philander like they do nowadays, and it's kind of rose colored glasses.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just getting old enough to be cynical.
I think they're all a little bit crazy, if I'm being
Yeah.
honest. I think they all have a personal agenda and they float on a narrative that gets everybody fucking either heated or in their feelings to support them. And then they kind of flip they flip it. And that's something that I've just paid attention to since I was since I was young enough when let's say my early voting days. That is something that I've just noticed. It's the one thing that stays the same. They talk out of two sides of their mouth.
Well, it's party politics too, right? Where you have to toe the line. Well, is that necessarily what your constituents think, or are you just towing the line? Because we've seen it. What happens when people don't toe the line? They get kicked out of their own party.
Yeah.
What? What? But they're just representing their constituents. They're doing what they think is best for their constituents. How is that a problem? It shouldn't be, 100% of PC votes the same way and 100% of liberals vote the same. That's a problem. That leads me to believe that, you know what? We probably shouldn't be voting for them, period.
Yeah. Agreed. I agree with you.
But everybody feels like, if you vote for an independent or you vote for another party, you're just throwing your vote away, which is also an
True that.
unfortunate position to be in.
And I mean, like, I think a lot of us have thrown our vote at one time or another.
Mm.
Just because I'm not saying everybody by any stretch. I'm just saying some of us at one time or another. I can honestly admit that I have. There's
I
been
have.
elections where I have thrown my vote because I'm just like, fuck this. I don't trust either of you assholes.
Which is sucky to feel like you're in a two-party system. And that's truly
Yep.
unfortunate.
Well, I feel like I'm in a three-party system, not necessarily a two-party system, a three-party system. And
Well, isn't
sometimes I
it
don't like what
two-party
any
now?
of them
Because
have to say. I don't like.
does NDP even have official party status anymore?
I don't know. I think so.
I Do they? I thought they
Mm-hmm.
lost it. I don't know. I don't keep up
Mm-mm.
enough with it anymore. I used to
No,
follow a
I
lot of
think
politics, but
they've
I've
got
just
a
gotten fatigued.
no. They got a new person and all that jazz. But whatever. Anyways, we're
Yeah.
27 minutes. Yes. We
Yeah,
roundabout
where's the
talked.
alarm? Where's the alarm?
Listen, I didn't set it.
What, you're not doing like the 3 o'clock in the morning, set it and forget it? The Leatherface guy? You know?
Listen,
You go to
don't
cook
yell
your
at me.
turkey, just set it and forget it. You fall asleep at like midnight, 1 a.m. You wake back up and you're on some infomercial with the Leatherface guy. You just set it and forget it. I bought those things.
Of course you did.
Of
Of
course I
course you
did.
did.
They were not set it and forget it. It was set it and burn it.
Set it and burn it. You better
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
Fucking crack me up. Was poking at my hands. All right. So, yeah, we didn't really talk about much today because we were just kind of, I think it was more or less just a typical Lisa and Michael conversation on the
Yeah.
basis that burnout is heavy. And you know what? Honestly, like you're not 100% yet.
I'll never
So
be
let's talk
100%.
politics.
There's no such thing as being 100%. If people think that they're firing on all cylinders, I think that's a lie.
It's not wrong.
Right.
So I think that people there what is interpreted as their 100%.
Right.
Like this is as good as it's gonna fucking get.
For today. Tomorrow could be
For
a different
today.
number.
Right?
Like today,
You're
now
hilarious.
I'm gonna move over to the sunshine. I'm gonna sit in the sun. I'm probably gonna get burned and just enjoy working outside. Like that's it.
Yeah. That's fair.
Get some vitamin D, put the feet in the grass, reset.
You got to put your feet in the grass. That's how you
Always.
ground yourself. People have
Mhm.
to put their feet in the grass.
Yeah.
Connect
Go out,
yourself
touch
to the
grass.
earth.
Touch
Huh?
grass. Go out, touch grass. Mhm.
I'm gonna go touch some concrete.
I bought myself a new camping chair. So this is a quick little thing. So I bought this camping chair. I picked it up at Costco. and it's like a swinging hammock that has a
I got one of those.
footrest. So it's dope. It's so comfortable. I'm like, I'm gonna start working and fall asleep. It's
I
so
have
comfortable.
3 of them.
Mm.
I have 3 of those chairs.
They're on sale right now, $55 at Costco.
But yeah, I bought them like a year
Mm.
ago. I have 3 of them. And
Yeah,
because my neighbor bought them first and I was like, "What is that?"
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Those folding camping chairs of old school where you're just like constantly moving. This, you settle in, you're just like, oh.
Yeah, it cups you in. It's like a
Yeah,
bucket seat.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
and you
bucket
can
seat.
swing.
Yeah, you can swing back and forth. It's got a strap that goes out to put your feet on, which is like you lock
Yep,
your legs and that's it. You just wee.
yep, I have it. I have 3 of them.
Oh,
I
they're
get
dope.
it.
They're dope.
Michael's
That's my
like, "Go
word.
to Costco, everybody.
That's
Pick
my
one
work
up,
day
it'll
today.
change your life."
It will change your life. I tell you, camping seems a lot better. I mean, it's not as light and small as the normal camping chairs, but worth it.
Worth it. I
Yeah,
agree. I bought most of my, like, sitting outside chairs come from Costco.
I love Costco.
Yeah, me
But
too.
every
I love
trip's
Costco.
400 or 500 bucks. Every
And
trip, you go in there to pick up two
yeah,
things and 400 or 500 bucks.
100%. I'm like, I have a
Yeah,
love-hate relationship with Costco. I love Costco, but Costco is not a store you can walk into and spend $150 unless you're like,
no,
you've got like the racing fucking like little blinders on, like the horses, you know,
yeah.
and you're just like, I just got to get this. My
Oh
Costco
no.
trips are normally between 5 and 800.
Oh, easy, easy. I'm telling you, if you get away light, it's like 400 to 500 bucks. So you're like, that is a soft trip to Costco.
I managed to do $125 once.
How? How did you only do one aisle? You can't. You can't. How can you just you just don't see the things?
I, 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 I'm like, it's like tunnel vision.
Oh
I'm like, I
no.
need this, this, and this. And like, I'm really bad because I make this little noise, like when I see something I like because it's on sale. And then I'll
Woo.
stop and be like, ooh. And then people are like, and then, like everyone that I knows me is like, what are you looking at? What's on sale? And I'm just like, hee,
Mhm.
hee, hee, hee. So but I don't do that. I just grab what I need and then I get the hell out.
No, I see, but I can't because then I walk into the meat section and I'm like, oh, sweet, cool. I picked up
I make sure it's not
like
a meat.
eight
Yeah.
pounds, 8 pounds of thinly
It's right at
sliced
the
pork
front.
belly for like 30 bucks. I'm like, what?
Everything I needed to get was in the first 2 aisles.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, yeah. If it's all right there and you don't, because I do every aisle. We do every aisle. It's more of an excuse to walk around, and then you're like, ah, crap. Now we got to shop.
Listen, I said it was one time, Michael.
One
It's not the
time, one
average.
time.
Because one time it can be done. That's what that was.
That's that's it. What do we call it? What do we call those? Those are outliers. If they're not a matter of fact. The 1% and 1% don't matter. Just your
Oh
aggregate.
God. Okay, I
That's
gotta
it.
roll because
Yep.
I got another meeting. I got
Yep.
shit to do. You got shit to
Got
do.
you.
Yeah, you got shit to do. You got shit to do outside.
That's right. That's
Fuck
right.
ever.
Nothing,
This is
nothing like
bullshit.
doing some coding out in the sun to get this company launched, and yeah, be exciting.
Okay, you do all the wonderful things. Looking for more wins for you. I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful day, Michael.
You too, Lisa. Enjoy.
Thank you.
I'll
Okay,
be sitting
everybody,
right
have
here.
a
I can't
wonderful
not have
rest
a
of your
wonderful
week.
day.
What's that?
I'll be sitting right here. I can't not have a wonderful day.
It's not wrong. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side. And don't do anything crazy.